back. Let's say hello to Amnish Aggarwal, Head of Research at Prabhudas Lilladher. We have lots of stocks to discuss, many earnings to go over as well. Amnish, thanks for joining in. I want to start with Telecom because we've had interesting news over the last 24 hours. On one hand is this big investment into British Telecom that Bharti Enterprises is making. I know it's at the parent level, doesn't really impact the listed entity. But it's a big deal, right? $4 billion is what they're putting on the table. So that's one part of it. And then we've got numbers from Vodafone Idea, where the losses continue, but at least they're reducing. How do you look at these two stocks? Any interest here? And would the $4 billion investment by the parent, would that at all weigh on the listed entity, the India business here? Because so much money is being put to work, in terms of this overseas expansion.
You see, as it is in the listed entity, it is unlikely to have major impact on Bharti Airtel as such. But having said that, it also shows the confidence of the group in the overall telecom space, because earlier they had gone into Africa, now they are going into, say, UK. So I think the overall trend looks positive. And as far as your Vodafone is concerned, I think the losses are coming down, and I believe they are also looking at some sort of, you can say, adjustment or integration in their postpaid plans at slightly higher prices. So definitely the company is looking at, say, staging some sort of a turnaround in future. But definitely at the current juncture, Bharti Airtel has got much more visibility in terms of numbers in comparison to Vodafone. Vodafone remains dark horse in the sector.
Amnish, do you like insurance as a space? You know, the life insurance numbers came out yesterday during the last 2 hours or so of trade. We put the numbers out. It seems to be very strong. I mean, ICICI Pru, HDFC Life, SBI Life as well, although maybe the former two more. And it could be a sector for the day. Your thoughts?
You see, insurance, actually, if you look at particularly last year and a half, the growth rates have not been that encouraging. And particularly, I think HDFC Life, LIC, etc., they have given good numbers this time around. And if you look at, I think, barring, say, maybe an LIC, which was doing well from the last 12 months or so, the sector has been consolidating from last couple of years. And given the penetration of insurance, which remains very low in India, I think the sector can actually see some sort of more leg up or a re-rating from here on, given the fact that the numbers have started coming in quite good.
Amnish, what's your sense on some of the jewellery stocks? They've had a fantastic run up until now, but I think for the next couple of months, we'll all watch out for this inventory impact, courtesy the customs duty cut. And even Senco is guiding for that. Even Titan spoke about the inventory hit in the quarterly call. What's your sense? Would you be buying any dips on the jewelers?
You see, what has happened is that there has been this structural change. So I will not call it just as a duty cut, because what has happened with this 6% import duty is that the entire, you can say, the your illegal trade or the smuggling of the gold becomes unviable at 6%. So that actually puts the, you can say, all the organized players at an advantage in comparison to the illicit trade in the country. So that is one. Now, secondly, any which ways, the first half of the year was likely to be muted. 1Q was weak. And in 2Q also, we don't have, you can say, many festivals. And towards the end of 2Q, we have got the Shraddh season, which usually is a weak time for the jewelry buying. However, what has happened is that due to the cut in the import duty, the gold prices have corrected, which has resulted in some sort of improvement in demand at the ground level. And I don't rule out this as a preponement of demand also. So whatever bulge in demand we were expected in 3Q, some of it has got shifted in 2Q. In the longer term, it's a positive move. And I think we would be buyers in the jewelry companies on any correction or declines.